paid menstrual leave. This resolution will be moved by Anam Kesar MP and seconded by Susan Martin. Welcome to Anam.
I was going to say good morning, conference, but I think I'm late by, 30 seconds. So good afternoon, conference. So as Kirsten said in her introduction, I'm the Member of Parliament for Airdrie and Shotts, and I am also the SNP MP who sits on the Women Inequalities Committee. I'm going to start by thanking the West Fife and Coastal Villages branch for their amendment, which I will be supporting. So if introduced, the policy we're proposing today goes far beyond simply providing sick leave for severe period symptoms. It encompasses an opportunity for Scotland to change the direction for women's rights in the workplace, placing their physical and mental health at the centre of this policy. Not only this, but the policy will also contribute to breaking the stigma surrounding periods both in the workplace and wider society. To be clear, this motion calls for menstrual leave provision in an independent Scotland. It's currently tied to sick leave as a reserved matter, and for transparency, I'm running a campaign calling on the UK Government to introduce this, and I'm delighted to say that I am indeed gaining cross-party support. The introduction of paid menstrual leave would see this unspoken struggle brought to the forefront of employment policy, opening up the dialogue around an issue that has historically been overlooked in silence. It would subvert the expectation that people should work whilst enduring severe symptoms and instead acknowledge the struggles faced during menstruation. Acting similar to paid sick leave, the policy would provide specific provisions for those suffering from severe period pain. This would allow people to take time off work without having to suffer in silence or disguise their pain as something more socially acceptable. In their most recent findings, released recently, YouGov found that people in the UK are supportive of menstrual leave, with 45% for. Shockingly, the findings also showed that just 1 in 6 working women have never experienced period pains that are bad enough to affect their ability to work, meaning 5 in 6 have. Unfortunately, only 39% of men versus 52% of women are likely to be in support of offering paid time off work for period symptoms. So not only do we need radical policy reform to help those affected, but also to change the entrenched societal norm of working through severe pain. Conference, having a period is more than simply bleeding once a month. For those who suffer with heavy menstrual bleeding, it impacts our physical health, our mental well-being, productivity, and the ability to fully participate in day-to-day activities that are normally taken for granted. The YouGov report also found that 2/3 of working women have never taken time off work for period pain. This includes 40% who regularly get bad period pain, bad enough that it impacts their ability to work. Paid menstrual leave currently exists as a policy in many forms across the globe, in countries such as Zambia, Indonesia, and Taiwan. Japan implemented this policy as early as 1947, allowing women to use leave if they experience physical distress from menstruation that makes it difficult to attend work. And more recently, we may have seen in the news, Spain is laying the foundations for menstrual leave policy that would allow 3 days of leave once a month, extending to 5 with a doctor's note. As well as being a world leader in progressive policies such as free period products, we should see Scotland to be recognised as a nation where best workplace practice is championed and equality is placed at the heart of our employment policies. The proposed policy not only provides us with practical solution to the impact of painful periods at work, but also reaffirms Scotland as a leader in inclusive and progressive policy. I wasn't sure if you were clapping there or not. I won't be long, Convener. I am proud that our nation is leading the way in women's health in combating period poverty. It is my hope that this will be extended to cover the impact of menstruation in the workplace and beyond. A survey conducted by the Royal College of General Practitioners found... I'll finish off the sentence.
Finish your sentence.
A survey conducted by the Royal College of General Practitioners found that the 1,000 people surveyed that suffer with heavy menstrual bleeding, that 74% suffered anxiety or experienced anxiety, and 67% suffered with direction. Conference, Scotland has the opportunity to be the most inclusive place to work. Please support this motion and the amendment.